Hello again. This model is based on the goods depot and shed of 1968 that was originally the Stockton and Hartlepool railway station from 1841 to 1852. This would have been the main part of the station way back in the 1840s. I did an overlay of this in Inkscape to get the placement and sizes of windows. I then duplicated this or mirror imaged it for the right hand side, and then we can adjust later for whatever scale we're building in. These are the three main photographs that I used throughout the project, and this would have been the goods shed at the back or the main station to start with, and these would have been, I assume, the booking hall. I then constructed using the same method as shown in the previous section to construct the left and right hand sides. I made the roof panels and adjusted for the pitch. And when I constructed these, you can see here, the red circles that I've put in were the actual, where the fold lines will be for this particular building. So when it's cut out, then they will fold. Now, the reason that the rear is shorter is because this also allows for folds to be made for the reveals of the entrance to the building. These are the left and right hand sides as shown in the previous section, and again mirror images for each of the sides, and the peak is extended in the drawing so that it allows for a sloping pitch on the roof. I've shown here how I use the front panel to make the window frames in the correct placements for the building. This means they can do this all on one A4 sticky label, then place onto clear acetate, and they can be fitted into the building itself. Here I've shown how the front door is actually constructed. It's a 500-gram card first, then a sticky label made on A4, then assembled together on acetate and glued to the 500-gram card. I also made the false headers for above each of the windows on A4 sticky label, and then attached to that would be an actual piece of card which gives the shadows onto the headers for the window frames. These are the headers across all of the arched windows, and I've done this by making the component parts in the drawing, and these are then assembled by snapping together. So making sure that the snapping tool is on, these will snap together, and then they will actually fit for the set of arches as I've shown here. So this little part would go onto there and make the first arch, and then it can be duplicated all the way along. I've used the combine feature. Now that is, if you go to the path there, and when you've got it the parts surrounded, once you've gone round these, then press combine and it will snap them together. That means that even if you group or ungroup parts of the drawing when you're making this, the arch itself will stay combined. This is the start of the goods shed area at the back. Now I've built the office building and the goods shed as two separate buildings so that I can back them onto each other, and it makes it easier when fitting the roof sections to the goods shed area. So this particular part backs onto the main office building, and you can see that the office building would be in this section here, and this is on the right hand side and this is on the left. This pair go onto the end of the goods shed area. In this Inkscape drawing, I've shown all of the doors that are going to be fitted on the left, the right, the main line right, and the door rear right, and left, door rear, and door main line left. All of them are on one sheet, so it's an easier to do in one go. The lined card cut on machine with shallow depth cuts allows you to show all of the planks of the doors, so that when you actually coat them or colour them, you'll see the actual planks on the surface. I take a 500-gram card, but I set the cuts on the cutting machine as if it was a 200-gram card. It then puts them as lines in the card. I then take that card and use it for the previous doors and cut the doors out on here, and these will all show as the planks on the doors. And if you position the card, you can see that you can have a central pillar for the doors themselves. These are the two end sections for the goods shed, and as you can see, there are two pitches to the goods shed. I use 1.3 or 1.5 good quality card for these, and I duplicate them, and they can be used as the dividers within the building and strengthen the building throughout. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And in the following video, I'll show the complete assembly of the building as it would have looked in 1968. Thanks again.